Okay, so some of you might be asking, what is this? I made this video July 9th, 2021. The video is on my old channel, so no one can see it. Anyways, I like this video, so I'm gonna upload it here. But this is not the type of content that's gonna be uploaded on this channel. Anyways, here. Life is rough. Especially right now for me. At least with my YouTube plan. I have no motivation to make any of the videos I did. I don't want to make the documentary for Roller Coaster Tycoon anymore. I don't want to make any of the other videos I've even hinted at. But until I remembered, all I had to do was look at my old folders. For many of you that didn't know, I wanted to be a game developer. I wanted to be a 3D modeler for games. I made a couple games in the past, but they didn't really lead anywhere. And we're working on one now, but like, it's just on and off. But here's one where it's double agent espionage. I don't really have footage, but I have models that I made. But yeah, it was about a spy who wanted to take out this one guy, but the one guy had other spies who knew the spy was, or something like that. Another game was The Night Shift. If you guys don't know what that game is, it's a puppet combo game. But I wanted to make like a game similar to it, kinda. It was the first time I've ever textured anything, at least seriously textured something, when I was a modeler. So when I was a game developer, when I was a 3D modeler, I was really into CSGO at the time. When I was into CSGO, I wanted to make a map for it. I made a map, and it wasn't a good map, but I put it in something, and I got to walk around, and it wasn't good at all. But I was happy with it because I don't know. And so I just thought, why don't I just remake it? I wanted to start off by making a Left 4 Dead map, and then I thought about making a Gmod map. I was like, why don't I just remake my old map? And since it doesn't really play with CSGO that well, why don't I just change it to a TTT map? So I decided to do it the right way this time. Instead of making it in Blender, I decided to make it in Hammer. Now Hammer comes off very intimidating, kind of like Blender at the beginning, and then it just like is so much easier. So this was my map of the map. I wanted to make like, I think it was like the T spawn in there and the CT spawn over here, and basically it's just a deathmatch, but there is no deathmatch game mode, I don't think, in CSGO. I haven't played in a long time, but like, as you can see, I modeled some houses. I wanted this to be like an apartment type duplex kind of thing. I wanted this to just, I don't even know what this is. There's this thing, I don't know why that's there. There's a couple of things there. There's a ladder that's in the ground. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff wrong with this map, but this is the map. And so I started off. I launched Hammer, and it was pretty weird. Like I said before, it's a little intimidating at first, and this is the first time I've ever used Hammer. Started building some of the roads just so I can get a layout. I kept on switching between the actual file and the Blender file just so I can get a reference. So I started out at first just building, like basically just redoing the map, but like in Hammer. And then after all that, then I'll do like some touching details, make it so the map actually like runs well, works good, you know. So at first I just wanted to make like houses, the roads, just get like a general idea on what I need to do first. So after I made pretty much the base outline, I spawned in my entity, or my spawner character. I don't really remember what it's called off the top of my head, but when I play it in Gmod, that's where I'll spawn. And then I ran into my very first problem. I realized that the snap grid was on 64, and if many of you don't use Hammer that much, that's pretty big. And so basically the road thickness that I made it was as big as the character, so I couldn't have that. So I had to change the snap grid, and I changed it to, I think it was 8. I changed it to 8, and then I had to resize everything so it matches the character. So I did a test run. I ran it, it booted up Gmod and it changes my aspect ratio for some reason. But yeah, so I had to fix all that. And then once I loaded in, I was breathless. I was like, why is everything gray? Like, I don't know why everything's gray. And I'm like messing around, looking around, flying around to see if anything had color. Not a single thing had color. And so I spawn in a thing to make sure that it's working, and it is. And so I go and hit a wall, and it's still working. So I just didn't know why this happened, and so I start shooting and pulling out my gun and stuff, but I was just so confused on why it was gray. And so I still question why it was gray, and then I for some reason didn't try again until a little bit later, and then I moved on to trying to make the road at the end curve. And so that was a little bit of a challenge itself, because I was just trying to use the cut tool when I wasn't supposed to, and so I was just confused by that, and it took me about 10-15 minutes just to figure out that the cut tool doesn't work like that. And so I realized that you need to use the block tool still and change it from block to art. And so I did that, and it looked good. I redid it, but I found out the problem is that I hit fast instead of full compile. So I hit full compile this time. All the colors worked and everything, and yeah, so I had a little bit of fun because I just exported it. I spawned in a couple of zombies, killed them off, and yeah, so I was pretty happy with the way it's turning out so far. I thought it was pretty cool. I finished the outline on what I wanted to do. The only thing I haven't done is built the cobblestone wall yet, and then I just need to add detail into the houses. So came the problem of walls. Putting the walls down wasn't the hard part. It was the texture. I decided to put the texture on the asphalt and the wall first, just to see how the textures worked. And the textures on the wall were so weird. Like, I placed them, put the texture on, and then chose a different texture because I couldn't find the original texture. And then I learned how to use the replace tool. The replace tool is a little weird, but at the same time, like, later on it made sense to me, but at the moment of doing the walls, it was very confusing. Like how I said before, I wanted to design like the houses, make them like so you can go into them, unlike the Blender one where they're just there. So I started modeling a house. Well, I started building a house using the cube tool, and it was cool. I liked it. I just didn't like the fact that you have to make sure every single part is not clipping, and you have to draw it out. But then I ran into a problem. I made it way too big. You see, I modeled the very bottom part of the house. I made that very to scale, and then I didn't copy paste it, and so I had a scalable garage and then 12-foot door, and that's a problem. So I had to redo the whole house. I just ended up deleting everything, even the other buildings around, because in Hammer they show outlines of everything, and so I just deleted all the other ones just so I can focus on the one right now. And so yeah, I redid it all. And the second attempt was actually, I made it to scale, and then I copy pasted, and then I made a little bit of edits, made sure that was still to scale, and yeah, and the second one was a success. I'm still trying to figure out textures, so if any of you guys know Hammer and textures, leave a comment down below, because I don't know how to use these textures. Most of them look like doo-doo, but like the brick, it looks like I'm playing flat grass, and I don't even know what that roof is. And the wood, it looks like Dark City RP maps, like the wood that they always have. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so I'm going to keep building on this map. I'm going to continue making more videos on it because I thought this was very fun. If you guys want to stay updated on uploads, especially the map uploads, You guys can subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, hit the like button. See you guys in the next video.